everyone, today we are learning about professions. Doctor. Doctor use medicine or injections to treat certain diseases. Some doctors treat only general illness like cough, cold, fever, etc. They are called physicians. There are some who are expert in treating specific diseases. An eye doctor is called an ophthalmologist. An ENT specialist is one who treats any problem related to the ears, nose, and throat. A heart specialist is called a cardiologist. Teacher. Teacher educate us. They teach us how to read, write, and teach skills like singing, dancing, etc. They teach us certain moral values that make us good human beings. Every year, September 5th is celebrated as Teachers' Day in India. Farmer. Every day we think about food when we are hungry. The food we eat is produced by the farmers. A farmer grows crops and sells it in the market. Farming involves growing different crops according to the soil and climate of a particular place. Agriculture is the main profession in India. Architect. A house is a basic need. An architect builds houses according to the size of the land and also the climate of that place. Many people work under an architect. A mason builds the house using bricks and cement. An electrician specializes in electrical wiring of buildings. A plumber fits taps and pipes to provide water facilities. A carpenter works on wood and makes door, windows, chair, frames, etc. Some unique professions. Some choose different profession according to their interest. Some choose basic profession like doctor, engineer, etc. While others choose unique profession as astronaut, mountaineers, zoologists, photographers, etc. Astronaut. Astronauts are trained individuals who go to space and study about different planets, satellites, etc. They go through a lot of training and preparation. Rakesh Sharma was the first Indian to go into space. Kalpana Chawla was the first Indian woman to go into space. Yuri Gagarin was the first person to travel to space. Photography. We all click pictures of our families and friends. A photographer clicks picture using certain techniques to make the photograph look beautiful. Some photographs travel around the world to capture rare pictures of nature. Wildlife photographers are those who click pictures of wildlife in their natural surroundings. Zoologists. Zoologists study animals and birds. They learn about animals and their behavior. Salim Ali was a famous Indian ornithologist. Ornithologist, a person who studies birds. He is known as the Birdman of India. Jane Goodall is another zoologist who studies the leaves of the chimpanzees. Mountaineering. Mountain climbing is known as mountaineering. It requires lot of training. Mountaineers need to be physically fit to climb mountains. Hence, they exercise a lot to stay fit. They are trained specially to protect themselves from the extreme climate conditions and the risk of the mountaineers. Mount Everest is the highest mountain peak in the world. It is 8,848 meters high. Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay were the first people to climb Mount Everest. Bachendri Pal is the first Indian woman to climb Mount Everest. Farming. A farmer grows crops to use as raw material and rears animals for food. Hence, he plays an important role in our lives. Farming is practiced all around the world and is the oldest profession in the world. However, farmers decide the methods of farming depending on the land and climate. Farming is the largest profession in the India. Let us look at some methods and techniques of farming. Intensive farming. Intensive farming is a type of farming in which an available land is used to produce maximum amount of yield. It also involves rearing animals in the available land. Due to increasing population, there is an increasing demand for food. Hence, We see this method being widely used today. But here, farmers use chemical fertilizer, insecticides, and pesticides that harm the crops and fertility of the soil. There is another method called extensive farming. It is opposite of intensive farming. In this method, a large stretch of land is used to grow food crops. Chemical fertilizer or pesticides are hardly used. Subsistence farming. Subsistence farming is a type of farming where farmers grow enough food to feed themselves and their families. There are no different of subsistence farming such as shifting cultivation and nomadic herding. In shifting cultivation, a farmer clears a piece of forest land and grows crop. In nomadic herding, farmers usually rear only cattle and move from one place to another in search of fodder. Mixed farming. Mixed farming is a type of farming which involves both the growing of crops and the raising of livestock. Such agriculture occurs across Asia and in the countries such as India, Malaysia, Indonesia, Afghanistan, South Africa, China, Central Europe, Canada, and Russia. Organic farming. Organic farming is a production system which avoids or largely excludes use of synthetically compounded fertilizer, pesticides, growth regulator, genetically modified organism, and livestock food additives. Other professions. There are few professions like farming which are practiced by family members for generation. Such professions are passed on from one generation to another. Pottery. The arts of making pots is called pottery. Pottery is the process and the products of farming vessels and other objects with clay and other ceramic materials, which are fired at high temperatures to give them a hard and a durable form. Major types include earthenware, stoneware, and porcelain. Embroidery. Embroidery is the art of decorating clothes using needle and thread. Different designs and patterns are used to make it look beautiful. Embroidery is the craft of decorating fabric or other material using a needle to apply thread or yarn. Embroidery may also incorporate other materials such as pearls, beads, quills, and squins. Thank you. Like, share, comment, and subscribe the video.